let me tell you about some other things. So this is some work that's kind of that I'm doing right now. So I need a stick. I know I have the banana thing, but I need a stick. All right, so what is this? So this is the, so this take zip distributions for every day, zip blah, blah, and this is going back 2009. We've got about 10 years now, right? And looking at just the rank of these words. And these words are Obama, Trump, and Hillary. We also have, in a bigger set, we have Romney and McCain. And so that's a reasonable sort of group to draw a sort of circle around because they all ran for president from a major party. So that's reasonable. Now, we've gone with these. I've chosen these ones because they're the dominant reference for single words for those three people. Obviously, Trump that's his brand. Yes, it's Hillary Clinton. Clinton does track with Hillary to some extent, but Hillary's the dominant piece. It is true more generally that men get called by their last names and women get called by their first names, right? And that's a very unfortunate and bad thing. But this is just a sort of a reality for this special group of three. Barack is also unusual, but Obama is pretty much the main stamp. So you see Barack follows in a similar way. So all right, so what's going on? So you see Obama is lexically famous, right? All the way along. This is, we have a set of 10,000 words that we're following, like a panel of words to see how they go. So it isn't including new words that come along, and we've got another approach for that. But you can think of it like a panel. Trump, so this I think back here is, I think this is Celebrity Apprentice. This is when he was talking about running for president in 2012. So there was this sort of, build up, and that's an interesting organic kind of build, and then says no, and that's the end of it. Gets talked about again here, and this is coming down the escalator basically, right? And this is kind of an amazing shock, and then it just stays up. Hillary's sort of all over the place, right? Ferrying around, becomes more and more talked about up to here, and then, doesn't win, but remains, on Twitter, big time, right? This is a huge change. So this is a real state change for Hillary as well, whereas Obama's sort of just running along the top there. These little, so that little gray rectangle there and gray rectangle there, that's this panel blown up, and the idea is this is, when they were first elected, Trump and Obama, and this is how they compare to each other. And this gives you a sense of what those spaces are, right? This is, of course, only the top, 1,200 words. This gives you a sense of what those words are when you're out here. So amazingly, I thought this was kind of incredible. So the highest that, I haven't talked about this. Okay. My name is Repeater. So Obama, the highest he gets to in that whole time, so if you take this whole time series and then blow it out here and make a histogram, so this range is the same as all of these ranges, so that's 9,000 there. Then that's the histogram for up there. The lowest word that he got to was growth. The medium was Jesus, and this gets varied, right? Depending on, we put more data in. These words will change. This is, if you kind of average over the whole thing, what's the 2,466 word typically, and it's growth. The highest rank that he ever made was 14, which is insane, right? So that's like, now you're in these words. This is the 14th word on average is it. I mean, these are the most basic function words. I mean, in terms of being famous, this is insane, right? You are competing with 4 and other words like that. So that was on election day for him, and Trump got to me, which is 12th, which is, these are just accidents, I suppose, the words, but 12th, so that's here, and that was the day after he was elected. And his median in this period is 91. So he's half the time, at least in the top 100 words. And these are the top, this is that kind of edge of top 100 words. Being, it's, am, off, your, and these are basic words. So this is tremendous, success. And so this is just sort of an exploration of a couple of things. But, looking at this sort of pattern, more generally, we have all these time series, is this organic? How much of this is manufactured? You can fit little processes to these. Hawk's process is a very famous one for things that get excited and so on. I don't think that's what's happening here. And then, of course, there are all these tiny little spikes, news and news and news. Anyway.